Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're here with the final update video for SFO Grimhammer's final patch, The Last Kiss. Today we'll be focusing once again on the Vampire Coast with the last two legendary lords, but there is also something at the very end, so make sure to tune in as you won't want to miss that. But with all that being said, let's not waste any more time now and jump right in. So let's focus our attentions now to Aranessa Saltspite, the only living member of the Vampire Coast Legendary Lord roster, and a Norscan who has taken residence in the pirate city of Sartosa. Aranessa's unique character trait, known as Queen of the Tides, has the following benefits. Character's aura leadership effect plus 10, melee and missile weapon damage plus 20% for all Sartosan units in Lord's army, melee attack plus 10 for all Sartosan units in Lord's army, leadership minus 10 for Sartosa Norscan raider units in Lord's army, and finally unit capacity plus 2 for Sartosan pirate mercenaries. Her unique faction trait, known as piratical ambitions, has the following benefits. Diplomatic relations minus 100 with Norska, chance of finding treasure maps plus 25%, income from raiding plus 100%, income from Smuggler's Cove buildings plus 50%, physical resistance plus 2% per rank achieved with all Sartosan units, unique units Sartosan human pirates, and finally your main source of income is from treasure hunts, sacking settlements, and of course raiding. You're a pirate after all. Aranessa's own pseudo-horde will have a unique landmark building which has the following benefits. Enables lightning strike battles when reinforcements are present. Campaign movement range minus 25% for enemy units starting their turn in the province, enemy armies in region. Income from raiding plus 25% own armies faction-wide. Passive army ability at sea, Gorslicht Ram, may severely damage up to 4 enemy units. Only Aranessa's army will have access to this. Melee and missile weapon damage plus 2% per rank achieved for all Sartosan units in own armies faction-wide. Reload time reduction plus 2% per rank achieved for all Sartosan units in own armies faction-wide. Obviously, to unlock this building, you will need a tier 5 pseudo-horde. You'll also notice that there's a great emphasis on the living Sartosan pirates, as obviously since this is a Sartosan faction, the SFO team wanted to put a lot of bonuses towards them to make them viable throughout the whole campaign, so if you want to use them, they're there. This is made a lot easier for Aranessa herself, who will have access to the Sartosan units in her pseudo-horde, directly through her main building too, so you won't have to focus on building other buildings and getting rid of stuff that you might find useful in campaign. They're also available from the very first level, so as soon as you start your game, which is quite good if you want to focus very heavily on humans and you want to roleplay a little bit. Of course, you can mix and match as you please, but depending on how you want to play, you've got the options now. And finally, 2 notes that you want to know here. The landmarks in Sartosa itself have been buffed up to provide more better benefits. You can see them all on screen right now as I'm cycling through them. This is to make them, well, far more lucrative, as most people wouldn't use them anyway, as the other buildings would kind of take more precedence. But now you can have them here and go focus on taking other buildings to make them your actual army spawners. There's also been a buff towards public order in Sartosa, so that way you don't have to focus too much on making sure you're not going to deal with rebellions constantly. This is the same bonus provided to the Galleon's Graveyard to Count Noctulus. But now we look to Lady Direfin. Everyone's favourite opera singer is getting a few benefits and some stuff focusing around some undead Bretonnians. Her unique character trait is known as Siren of the Storm and has the following benefits. Physical resistance plus 5% for all units in Lord's army. Magical resistance minus 5% for enemy armies in province. Enables magical attacks for Lord's army. And melee defense plus 10 for Siren units in Lord's army. Her unique faction trait, Mistress of the Deep, has the following benefits. Ghost Paladin with unique effects, skills line, and Ghost Knight capacity. Hero action success chance plus 25% for Morngul Haunters. Constant casualty replenishment rate plus 10%. Upkeep minus 25% for Sirens, Mornguls, Rotten Prometheans, and Leviathan units. Unique units, Bretonnia Ghost Knights. And finally, main income source is, of course, treasure hunts, sacking settlements, and raiding. A few different types of Bretonnian Ghostly Knights can be recruited from Direfin's Pseudo Horde. This, of course, will require you to level up the Horde all the way up to the final level to be able to have access to all of them. The big benefit here is obviously the Vampire Coast have no cavalry units, but, of course, Direfin's specific faction will have access to ghostly cavalry with different types too, so depending on what you actually want, you've got access to 3 different units, and they are fairly powerful. Lady Direfin will also have a unique landmark in our pseudo-horde, which has the following benefits. Attribute Unbreakable for Morngul Haunters, all characters faction-wide. Public Order plus 10 in local province. Morale, melee attack, and defense plus 10 for all Bretonnian Ghost Knight units, own armies faction-wide. And finally, casualty replenishment rate plus 20% for own armies when in own territory. You're going to have quite a high amount of casualty replenishment rate throughout your whole campaign. The Damned Paladin hero that you'll have access to at the very start of your campaign has his own unique character trait known as Fallen from Grace, which has the following benefits. Leadership aura size plus 10%, weapon strength plus 5%, ward save 5%, and ability Sword of Anti-Heroes. That's for the accompanying lord. Now that's strong enough, but let's check out something rather cool for this character. He will also have access to his own unique skill line, which you can see on screen right now. Now keep in mind that what you're seeing is from an early build, so when you have access to it, it will have its own official skill names and everything that is needed. So how it works is that you'll be able to increase unit capacity for a lot of your different Bretonnian Ghost Knights and get a bunch of benefits that will affect you faction-wide, increase your diplomatic relations, even post-battle chance of stealing a magical item. There's all these different ones, and they get better and better as you progress through the skill line, which will require you to level it up. This makes the Damned Paladin a very, very useful character. One of the skills themselves can even increase Winds of Magic starting amount plus 10 for own armies faction-wide. This is a massive change, and you'll be able to use him more. You'll keep him with Lady Direfin as it kind of makes sense, get some Bretonnian Ghost Knights and have your own evil Bretonnian faction, which is then flanked by a bunch of cannons for, well, fun factor. So we've come to the end of the SFO highlight videos. The patch itself is going to be available to the public on the 26th of November, so if you're watching this on release day of the video, then just 2 days from now. But that's not all, as we do have a little surprise. Venris, the mod author of SFO Grimhammer, has asked me to put a little competition out here in this video, which is to win a free copy of Total War Warhammer 3. There's only one question, and that is, why do you like modding in the Total War Warhammer series? Put your answer in the comments below, and the winner will be picked out in the SFO Grimhammer stream on Friday the 26th of November. That will be in Venris' own channel, which is linked in the description below. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed all the showcase videos. The SFO team has worked very hard to make sure that the last patch makes everything enjoyable for the player base, as they now prepare themselves to take a well-deserved rest and prepare themselves for the eventual onslaught that will be Total War Warhammer 3. If you haven't been aware, Total War Warhammer 3 will also have SFO Grimhammer support. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel has been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.